Hello everyone, you are welcome to my science lesson. Our topic today is our environment, and we shall be talking about different types of environment. Okay? Yes. We are taking this lesson from our textbook, page 98 to 99, and we shall be doing our activity in our workbook, page 64 to 65. Yeah. Now, before we go to types of environment, last time we talked about resources, and we looked at the different types of resources. Okay? Yes, we talk about the major resources as we have air, water, light, soil. Yes, these are what we call the renewable resources that we found in our environment, and these resources are replaced naturally by the environment or by man. Okay, and then after this we also move on to other resources. Okay, other resources that we get from our environment, and we also look at food. Okay, yes, we looked at food, we talked about building materials, we talk about building materials, we talk about beauty, yes, and then we also talk about fuel. Yes, these are the other resources, and all these resources are also found in our environment. Okay, living organisms depend on these resources for survival. Okay, yes, and then when we talk about food, we said all living things, yes, we take in what? Food, we eat. Okay, yes, food is very important. Here we talked about predators, we talked about herbivores. We say herbivores are animals that eat what? Herbs. Okay, from the word herbivore, so they eat what? Herbs. All right, okay, that's called herbs or plant eaters. And then we talk about carnivores, that the carnivores also eat what? The plant eaters, so they are the flesh eaters. Okay, carnivores, they eat flesh, all right, of other animals, they feed on other animals. And then we also talk about what? Predators. All right. But before predators, we talk about omnivores. Omnivores are, yes, organisms that eat both plants and animals. I hope you remember that. And we came to, yes, carnivores. That those are the plants that those are animals that eat only what? Other animals. I hope you understand that. We also talk about predators. Okay. Yes. Please remember predators. Yes, or predator or predators. Yes, when it talks about predators, these are the animals that hunt. Okay, yes, they hunt for other animals and then catch them and feed on them. Okay, for example, a lion catches a dog and then eats the dog. Okay, so the lion that catches the dog or that hunt for the dog is what? A predator, and then the dog that is being caught or fed on is what? Is the prey. Okay. Yes, so that is the difference. And we talked about building materials. Okay, we say that we can living organisms or living things, we live in an environment, and this environment provides us with building materials. What are the building materials that we can get from our environment? We talk about what? Wood, right? Yes, we talk about wood. These are the building materials that we talk about. We talk about wood, that we get wood from environment to build our houses. And then we also talk about mud. Yes, yes, some places people use mud to build their houses. People use sand to build their houses. Okay, yes, all these are building materials. And we also talk about what? Metals. Yes, we also talk about metals. We use metals to panel our houses. Okay, yes, our roofs, and then use it for so many things. Yeah, so that is what? Metals. And then we also talk about the hard metals like alloys. All right, and then we came to beauty. Okay, when we talk of beauty, there are environment, we have flowers and trees and plants that are in our environment that provides what? Beauty. You understand? Yes, sometimes we have our houses, we plant some flowers, and then when the flowers sprout out, you see that the place looks very beautiful, isn't it? Yes, not only in our houses, the environment itself, for example, let's take our natural environment like oceans, okay? Yes, our natural environment like ocean. Yes, take rainforest, volcano. Yes, ocean, rainforest, volcanoes, and all the, and yeah, this future or this environment provide us with what we call aesthetic. Yes, aesthetic what value. I say when we talk of aesthetic value, it means that we are talking about an appreciation of what beauty. Okay, when we hear the word aesthetic, something provides us with aesthetic value. As is in our book, we're talking about an environment that provides us with what beauty. People travel to these places, to the oceans. People swim in the oceans. People go to rainforests. People look at these volcanoes to appreciate what nature. You understand? People go to so many places to have a relaxed environment. Just be in a relaxed environment to interact with nature. You understand? Yes, all these things our environment provides. Okay, yes, to interact with nature, and it's very important. And we also talk about fuels. Okay, when we talk about fuels, we talk about, yes, as fuels like what? Wood. Okay, yes. When we go to some places, we use wood to cook our food, isn't it? Yes, when we burn the wood produces heat and what? Energy. Okay, yes, when we burn this wood, we get what? Heat and what? Energy. Yes, this would give us heat and energy, and this heat is what we use to prepare our food, isn't it? Yes. And then we also talk about coal. We talk about coal. We talk about oil. Okay, yes, we talk about coal, oil, and natural gas. Yes, we said coal, oil, and natural gas are all these forms is what we call fossil fuels. Okay, yes, coal, gas, so coal, oil, natural gas, these are what we call fossil fuels. Okay, good. And when we talk of coal is also a mineral that we mine from the ground. Okay, when we mine this mineral, we burn it, and then it produces what? Electricity. Okay, yes, coal produces electricity. And then we come to oil. Oil is also what? Pumped from the ground. All right, we get oil, we extract oil from the ground. What happens is that deep wells are dug and we pump this oil out. When the oil comes out of the ground, it is in a raw state. We cannot use it, okay? So what happens is that we take this oil to what we call oil refinery. Yes, this refinery is a place that we are going to process this oil into the product that we want. So after when the oil goes through the process, then it comes out, we get what we call petrol. Okay, yes, petrol, and they also have what we call diesel. Petrol and diesel, okay, yes, and then we also have to call our natural gas, or our gas that we use to cook our food in the house. This gas too, we also use it as fuel for vehicles. Okay, yes. So when the oil goes through this process, we get petrol, we get diesel, and we also get oil, fuel that we use for our aeroplanes. You know our airplanes use fuel. Okay, and these are what we use. Okay, good. So this is just a recap of what we studied in our previous lesson. Okay, yes. For the sake of those who were not part of the class, that is why I've taken my time to just give you all these things so that at least you get you closer to what we are doing. Okay, yes. Today we shall be looking at types of environment. Okay, different types of environment. And we are taking this lesson from our book. Yes, can you please open your book with me to page number 98. Page number 98. Yes, are you there? We say our environment, yes, is a habitat. Are you there? Please, I'm going to read. Open your book to page number 98 of our, okay? Yes, all right. Our textbook, page 98. Different types of environment. We say that the characteristics of environment in each habitat is what? Unique. Okay? Yes, the characteristics of habitat in each environment is unique. When we see this word unique, okay, this unique means is what? Special. Yes. Okay? Unique. Very special. All right, it means that each environment, okay, provide us with so many things that helps the organisms to what? To survive. Okay, each environment has special features or special characteristics that helps the environment to survive. And we talked about aquatic what? Habitat. We talked about aquatic habitat. When we talk of aquatic habitat, yes, aquatic means, then anytime you hear the word aquatic, what comes to your mind? Yes, aquatic means water, okay? Yes, aquatic means water. So we are talking about organisms that live in water. We have fish that live in water. We have plants that also live in water, isn't it? Yes. So we say that this aquatic habitat also has special characteristics that support the life of its organisms, isn't it? Yes, fish are able to live in water because fish will be able to take in oxygen that is dissolved in water. You and I cannot take in oxygen that is dissolved in water. That is why we cannot live in the sea, isn't it? It means that all the organisms that live in aquatic habitat, the aquatic provides them with certain features that will help them to survive. You get a point? Good. And we also talk about, yes, animals live on land and take in gaseous oxygen. Yes, you and I and other animals and plants, we live on land because we take in what? Gaseous oxygen. If you see the word gaseous, yes, it means what? Yes, gas. Okay, oxygen in a gas form. Yes, gas oxygen. So when you see gaseous means gas. Okay, yes. All right, because we take in gas, we don't take in oxygen that is dissolved in water. We take in gaseous oxygen. And we also talk about many plants and animals are found in an environment with abundant sunlight. Yes, you know, as in our previous lesson, we said that plants need sunlight. Okay, plants what? Need sunlight. And what is the importance of sunlight? They use this sunlight to prepare their own food, isn't it? Yes, it means that when plants need sunlight, it means that plants must be in an environment that will be able to provide them with what? Sunlight for them to grow well, isn't it? Yes. And then we also talk about what? Animals need sunlight also. We need sunlight to keep our bodies warm. Animals also need sunlight to keep their bodies warm. It means that an animal will be able to grow well and go on with its daily activities when it receives enough sunlight. Is that clear? Good. Okay, I believe you have enjoyed this lesson. You are going to take your activity in our workbook, page 64 to 65. Okay? Yes, do your activity and upload it to me. All right. Thank you for being part of the class and hope to see you again. Bye.